discussing the crypto markets ranging. Meanwhile, there are isolated pumps in the NFT space, including the Yuga Labs Bored Ape Yacht Club ecosystem. As usual, nothing in this video is financial advice. We are not financial advisors. The NFT space is insanely risky, so always do your own research. And as always, if you enjoy the content, hit the like button, smash the subscribe button. It really helps us out. Gentlemen, we all have our shades on. We don't know exactly why, but I'm rolling with it.
Your audio was choppy there for a minute, but we're back.
Was it?
It was, but anyways, moving on.
We got Kicks.
What's up, man?
Wait, we can't even see your sunglasses. Your head's tilted so far forward. What are you looking at right now?
I'm all in.
You're all in? Oh,
all
so you're
in.
playing poker. Here we go. So this is Kix's poker poker moves. I got it.
Really excited for today's show.
Well, really excited to have you. Is there anything that you'd like to add to that outside of the fact that you're excited? We're actually live on the show right now.
I'm feeling good. I got pocket aces. I'm reading the market right now.
And in terms of those pocket aces, what would you call an accurate metaphor in the NFT space, the subject matter of this show?
King Crown Moonbird.
There we go. So you're feeling pretty good with your new Moonbird. I was looking at that one. I was definitely eyeing that one. You swooped in.
Really good.
You picked it up. You made the move.
You know, I've been blue chipless since February, really. Then had a brief Moonbird 2 whole weeks. Other than that, I've been kind of, felt like just a homeless person out on the streets, like, standing up on a little podium and preaching the gospel, but everyone walks by because you're wearing rags, and now I'm back in the game.
Some people, such as those in the comments, as well as the profile itself, would call this a queen crown. So I'm wondering what your thoughts are on that versus a king's crown.
Have you heard about the King of England lately? No,
can't say that I have.
Yeah, because there's not one. Because there's just the Queen of England. Okay.
Okay. So you're just saying the crown. This is based on Britain.
She literally owns Canada as well. So like, don't hate on the Queen.
Okay. Well, there we go. So the breaking news of today is that Captain Kix owns a Moonbird with a queen's crown, and he's feeling very confident based on that. What we'll find out later in this episode is whether or not he wants to discuss anything else other than, for those who are also on the audio, he's currently not even looking at the camera as though there's a game that's going on, and he doesn't want us to read, his chips, even though they're all on a public ledger. So
I got a lot prepped for this show. I'm ready.
Okay.
Well, we're
let's
here.
Let's rock and roll. Let's go.
What do you want to discuss?
Pio, kick us off.
I kicked us off 4 minutes ago. Kicking us off, ladies and gentlemen, Captain Kix is going to take it away. Talking about crypto ranging. This is King Kix. I mean, look at that Moonbird. That thing is on point. Lay it on us, Kixy.
Are you like chewing
It's
tobacco?
either gonna go. It's either gonna. Yes, I am, Nicorette. Either. I don't know. I'm seeing some people getting shaken out right now in this range. Right. It's a tight range. Really curious to hear NFT Nick's thoughts on this range. Yeah, it could go lower. Yeah, Europe is having some serious problems right now. Noted. Right. US ain't looking too good. Noted. It's bad when Druckenmiller is getting a lot of quotes on Twitter. You know what I mean? And that guy, he's like saying it's all going downhill. But I'm a big MACD guy. Okay. And the MACD is going to cross or it's not going to cross. In this week, it's happening or it's not happening.
I don't think it is.
And if it doesn't happen, it's going to get real fucking ugly out there. Let me tell you that much. Like, we're talking ETH back down to 1,000 best case scenario. But if it doesn't, we may see an explosion here in the near future.
So we have the hourly, we have the daily, we got the weekly, we got the monthly. We can pull it up, what's going on here on the crypto side of things. We had these two, I've been just charting these triangles for a bit. You'll see here, this has just been what I've been watching, and it keeps executing properly, either breaking down or breaking up. And also, we're going to need to look at your chart in a moment, Captain Kicks, to get your sort of reading on your site. So get prepared for that, because everyone's really excited for your sort of big back D trading. So on the daily, or sorry, on the hourly, we broke down and then immediately went after the exact target that I said for this, which was 1150. I don't know if we're consolidating here. There's a broader thing that I've been watching, which is a more interesting pattern, which is what I'm looking at here is basically, this is not your standard fallen wedge or whatever, but it is interesting. We've seen flat lines of resistance right here in this range at around 1240. And then we have this accumulating. Now, I don't know if this is, we got to wait and see what happens here. If this goes through this is not enough data for me to actually even draw this line, but I do have it right now. I'm waiting to see what happens on this downturn. Are we just getting a repeat of, are we going to just go sideways in this range? There's a lot of money you can make just going between a nice 25% every, other week is.
I mean, look at that chart. Green candles, red candles, green candles, red candles.
Yeah, it's just up, down, up, down, up, down. That's what that is. That's the technical analysis for you, the way that that's working.
Okay.
And when you go out to the weekly, we're just going to zoom back. Zoom. I got some other levels down here. Wow. The problem is I need to reset this, so these lines, because each level gets reset when you go at daily, weekly, and hourly. You get different levels. But we're just ranging at the moment and waiting to see if we drop lower here into this previous high down here at around 800, I guess. That's where I'm looking. Somewhere in this range, if we go down below, I don't know where this level came from where I drew this line. That must have been on the daily. On the weekly, this is what we're looking at. And on the monthly, zoom in way out. Way out.
What's that big line up top? 4,000. I like that one.
We're not.
When we get there.
I'm going to delete that.
Chart me how we get there.
I'm going to delete that one. So what we would look for with that, let me just chart that out for you, is it would just look something like this. So that's how we go up there. Okay? I'm just kidding. There's no way in hell that's ever happening. Actually, that's 2025 where I drew that line, so that's not unreasonable. Maybe we sit here for a bit. We do a little this. We do a little that. We go out into 2024, 25.
Here's the only bullish thing that I'm thinking about. Okay, that the news out there is so bad. Like, what really makes the news worse? Like, inflation goes from 8.4 to 8.6. Big whoop. It's up. It's in the 8s. Okay, it's like gas going from $5 to $5.20. You're already broke. The extra 20 cents a gallon. It's like whatever. Like I need gas at $3. $5 to $5.20 doesn't matter for me. So what I'm thinking is,
what if it's $10 for gas though?
Could be. We'll see what Putin's up to. My thought process is that every single time, like every single sort of like big market breakdowns, if you look at them, like if you look at 2007, 2008. Like you don't just go straight down 80% and then go straight down to like down 90%, right? That like in every single, like I think the same thing happened in 2000, 2001 as well. Every single time that there's like an absolute market breakdown, you have this first brutal set off, then you have a crazy relief rally. I'm talking like 100% gains on like growth tech stocks and stuff like that. Relatively 100% from the bottom, right? You go from 4,000 to ETH to 1,000, then you go to ETH to 2,000, and then you go down to like 800 or 700, right? That's when I've been studying the previous like market meltdowns. That's the pattern you typically see, and it kind of makes sense, right? It like hits a bottom. People are probably over shorting or overly bearish or in cash. It has this kind of crazy relief rally. Everybody thinks like, oh, we're back on, music's playing again, and they get sucked back in, and then it goes down. So I think you can play. My point being that there's two plays here. One is that we have hit the bottom. Two is that we haven't hit the bottom, but we're going to get a mega relief rally in the near future, and you can play that trade, and then try to buy back in. So I see one way to go down, and I see two ways to go up. One's a bullish way to go up, and one's a bearish way to go up.
What if for the first time ever we don't get a sizable relief rally? What if for the first time ever that just happens and we just go straight down after this? Like
I'm going to be down a couple 6 figs then, but that's the game, man.
So Kicks, to be clear,
what the fuck is going? This
water break.
Dr. Disrespect on the stream right now. So Kicks, do you think we've seen the bottom?
I'm not sure, but I think there's a good chance we've seen a temporary bottom.
Nick?
It's just like when you think about things, it's like Ethereum's down 80%. Could we go down 90%? Yes.
There was a chart that I sent Pio the other day, and no, it wasn't a picture of my genitals. It was a chart of the history of markets going down. And
a market's never gone down.
1 second. The S&P, there's this great chart of the S&P 500 bear market history over time compared to others. And it just shows that we I don't know, it looks like we're halfway through this.
Show me the one time when everybody thought the market was going to keep going down, and it keeps going down.
Well, I don't know what the overall sentiment was at that moment in time, so that's going to be very difficult for me to do.
2020, everybody's like, when the markets are down, crazy amounts, everyone's like, we're going, like it's over. It's over.
Yeah, you're talking about COVID. Yeah, and then
no, even before that, 2018 Q4 collapse. Trump was, tweeting that he was going to fire Jerome Powell, like shit was getting dicey. And everybody was like, oh, this is the great everything bubble meltdown. Like, it's done for. It's KO. Like, we're in the gutter. We're dead. That's what everybody was saying. When everybody says something's going to happen, then statistically, like, is everybody just going to sit in cash and we're all just going to time the market? That's never happened.
This is the chart I was looking at. Someone in our Discord actually shared it. I'm blanking on who it was. But this is kind of what I was picturing. And it all goes down. Now, in every single bear market, everyone's like, this is the worst. The world is over.
Nice member.
And that's where we're headed, down into the dumpster of hell. And this time, I don't know, which one's different. The ones that look bad is 1929, 1931, 1931 to 32, 1932 to 33. Kind of a lot of shitty ones there, huh? And those
that was also known as the Great Depression.
Yeah, those were very fast. Look at this one, 1937 to 38. Could you imagine having lived through that period of time? How many negative, just huge drops that is? I guess it went on a run from 32 at some point in 1932. And then boom, crash again. I mean, that's as bad as it gets. They're discussing this as, here's the interesting thing though, is that a lot of these are extended periods of time. And it's not clear, what this is going to look like. This one was interesting. This 2007, 2008, we were just hovering there for a bit, ranging, kind of like we're ranging right now, And then kaboom, the final blow off to the downside. So I don't know. It's impossible to predict which of these. Look at these squiggly lines and figure out which of these is going to happen. It's quite difficult to say.
I'd say so. All right, onto the NFT space. Ranging. No, I like listening.
No. Let's move on. I'm down with it.
So I like listening to macro perspective, and macro perspective is actually like pretty much the most important thing.
Useless charts.
Oh,
Yep.
Next time, maybe next time I'll watch your show.
One closing thought, right? Like here's the example, right? Amazon, 16th of September 2008 is at like $4, right? From there to like the end of October, it goes from $4 to like 2020, right? $2.20. Gets absolutely demolished, shredded, like down 50%, right? Then it goes all the way up to $3. So 50% rally, and then it pukes again. That's what I'm kind of saying, is that we've seen a ton of these things do. Good companies do 30% retracements, like okay companies doing 60, like highly speculative companies doing like 80, 90% retracements. We've seen ETH, we've seen Bitcoin all do massive retracements. I'm not saying that we're maybe at the total bottom. I'm just thinking that there may be one of those wild relief rallies where in the period of 3-4 weeks, you see massive run ups, 50% plus, some in like the 100% plus range. And then we get a further meltdown. Closing thought.
Okay. Nick?
Over to NFTs, dude.
I was going to say one last thing that someone pointed out here. Tyler said, in the Great Depression, those impoverished ate shoe leather. Pio, are you ready? So that's what we're all trying to figure out here. Are you ready to eat shoe leather?
Yeah, he's screwed. He doesn't own any shoes that are leather.
I've been eating shoe leather since Tyler was in diapers. Tyler,
they give that to Italian babies just to build character, you know, like it's a little like beef jerky strip, but it's just straight shoe leather.
Tyler's jaw, man. Like Tyler, if we went jaw to jaw, man, I'd be chewing you out. You know what I mean? So don't worry about.
If we went jaw to jaw.
Yeah, man. You don't want to jaw with Killer P.
Yo,
come on now.
If we wanted to, I will out chew anybody with leather. You know, I will out chew the leather versus anybody. Put me face to face, jaw to jaw.
Shout out to Tigbo dropping the $1.69 donations
multiple times
because we're impoverished out here. And at the end of the day,
some good shoe leather for that right there. I'll tell you that much, Pio. Excited to talk NFTs. I got a lot of thoughts. Let's dive into it.
Let's dive in. So there is a school of thought that I actually think that I believe in, which is when ETH ranges, when ETH trades sideways for a prolonged period of time, the market shifts its attention to the NFT space because NFTs become the way that you can actually accumulate a sizable amount of ETH and thus, have some bigger trades. We're kind of seeing that. A little bit, right? Are we kind of seeing that right now?
I think so. And it's simply the fact that, you buy a stock or, you buy a token, you get literally nothing. But with these, you get a profile picture.
I don't.
And they're way more fun to trade. They're simply way more fun to trade. But I do agree with you from a technical perspective, 100% spot on. Whenever ETH chops, that's like the best environment for NFTs.
And we've been saying this for a while.
Since last year. Yeah. We always said like slowly moving up ETH. Okay. Slowly moving down ETH. Okay. Choppy ETH. Perfect. Rippy up ETH. Very bad. Rippy down ETH. Very bad. And our ebook on that's coming out in 2 months. You also can pay for it in ETH.
You have to pay for it in ETH.
ETH Rippy.
Okay.
Is the name of that book.
ETH go Rippy. What do? Question mark.
Nifty Nick, you bought the local bottom of the fine art NFT market when you bought your Damien Hirst. And then you bought the local bottom of the whole NFT market when you bought your CryptoPunk. Those were good moves. Good job. What do you think?
Time and time again, I just continue to absolutely perfectly execute on my larger trades. Very good.
Very good. What's next, genius?
I'm going to be honest. The name of the game is wait. I actually don't believe that punks, this is a great run that punks are having right now. we are not done with the bottom of this. I think a lot of people right now think we are. And I think that those people are potentially wrong. I don't even trust it right now. When you're feeling good and you're feeling great in a bear market, just check yourself.
Yeah.
Just check yourself, because the market's going to come in and wreck the shit out of you. All of a sudden, you're going to be like, what was I thinking spending that much on that punk? I think the punk thing is going to end up looking like a smart trade, but I think there's a period of time where I may be a little bit uncomfortable, where I'm going to be down 20, 30 grand, which
maybe
we didn't finish the conversation. I didn't execute with Kicks, and then he went
But
off
did
and
you
bought
really-
a Moonbird.
Did you really want to share your punk with Kicks?
he only wanted to share it if the price went down. Then he would have been DMing me left and right. He'd be like,
No.
yo, what's up with that 30%? No, I'm fucking with you.
I think the biggest thing I was trying to figure out is like, how do I mean, I'm fine sharing it. It was more, how are we going to rock this thing? Like, what's the
I bought
presentation
the
of?
Moonbird so that you can maintain
100%.
the visibility on it. You know what I mean? So I don't
There we
need to
go.
use it for my profile pic. Now I got one. Now you're not so worried. I'm here. Hit
And
me
you
up.
want to do the punk?
Slide me in my DMs if you want.
Okay.
If you want me to get on 30%.
We're doing both. All right, I like that, dude. That's baller as shit. Maybe I take that. Maybe I take that, buy a Moonbird, and now we got a nice diversified
Dude,
portfolio
look at that.
here.
Dude. That's a double Dutch hedge, dude. Where you both, no, that's a double Dutch lever. That's just levering up. I love
Dude,
it.
I'm just throwing it right back in.
Right back in, dude.
Chips on the table.
Got a bird.
But
Hey.
I got a Moonbird, I got a punk, I got an ape, I got a mutant. I mean, that's as stacked
need a
as you
coda.
possibly could get. I
need
would
a
need
coda.
a Fidenza and a coda would be a nice thing, and a squiggle.
I was gonna say, if you bring in Fidenzas, then you need a ring or a squiggle, all this different shit. Real quick. Okay, so there's a couple of things. There's one thing I definitely want to talk about, and that's Kicks' recent buys. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know Captain Kicks was extremely active throughout 2021 in the top 0.1%, I believe, of NFT traders.
I mean, it didn't make sense. Like, it literally did not make sense. Just observing his behavior was one of the most irrational things that I could say I've ever observed, which is why it was so entertaining.
It's called being a fucking legend and just absolutely capitalizing on a moment. And I don't know that many guys that did it at that level. He's a fucking legend. But you've been quiet, at times.
Yeah, I did this thing. I launched an NFT company, and then I launched another one.
Yeah, you have too many businesses. But the point I'm trying to make is that you bought Otherdeeds and you bought a Moonbird.
Yes.
And I have to think that something prompted you to do those two things.
And I bought 3 Meebits.
And you bought 3 Meebits. I mean, you're deploying fucking capital in NFTs right now. Why? Like, what do you see coming?
I mean, I'd be throwing in a lot more money if I was like, massively bullish, but I wish that I had the gonads to have been pulling the trigger closer to when Nick was making those moves, because like you could have gotten Moonbirds at like,
Dude, such a discount.
19, 20 grand.
Yeah, it was less though. It was like 17 grand, I think.
Yeah.
You could have got I got a Meebit for 3 grand. That was like my Pico bottom buys. I got a Meebit for 3 grand. You know what I mean? But I should have been deploying a lot more there. I mean, mostly for me, it's just that like I have nothing in my bags. You know what I mean? And so when I was traveling to LA a couple of weeks ago, I did like a Captain Kicks like financial analysis, and I came up with a number of the total amount that I want to deploy into this market, into this bear market, whatever you want to call it. And then I divided that by half. And I said, okay, I'll put in half in now. And then the other half, I'm going to wait for, if stuff gets way worse. And then I cut that in half, and I put half into NFTs, half into crypto. So I have like a little fund, little NFT fund, where I was like, okay, now I'm going to start accumulating a little bit. I also want to keep my hands in the game. You know what I mean? Because if my hands get out of the game, it's not going to be good. And let's be real, dude. I've been a real shit trader for like the last 2 months. So I've really needed to kind of hit reset on, like the Pico top was just losing like 35 grand on PXN. That was like, okay, let's be smart about this, And I started trying to nibble a little bit about Gossamer seeds. Dumb idea. But yeah, so I was, at a point in time, I was okay. I got a me bid at like 3. I got another me bid at like 4. I got another me bid at like 4.5. Got a couple bits. Loved the Nick CryptoPunk trade. That's why I was like, oh man, that's a great like blue chip kind of
Look at that buy.
thing. But then, dude, something has always drawn me to Moonbirds. And it was my favorite profile pick by far, other than maybe the ape. Just because like an ape and a punk, they have like a certain status to them that just like makes you feel cool. But like Moonbird, in terms of just like all around loving it, has always been one for me. And it's funny because right after I bought it, 2 of my friends hit me up and they both said the same thing without me prompting them at all. They said that was their favorite PFP project right now. And yeah, and so I was like, I want to get back in the game on Moonbirds. Also, when you think about an NFT project, like a lack of drops that the project has done is bullish, because then you almost have to put that expected value into the price, right? So like part of the reason why Moonbirds are so strong is that like they haven't done an official, like the oddity one was just kind of like a claim, you know what I mean? Like collab kind of thing. I think that they did with Moonbirds, right? It's not like an official, like
It's official.
It's official.
But it's not like they're mutant. It's like they're Bored Ape Kennel Club. But it's not like they're mutant, right? Is that fair?
I
don't
that's
know.
fair.
It may be closer to their mutant from what they've been tweeting recently, but I don't know.
Whatever.
The floor is thin as funk.
But I guess what I'm saying is, if you look at Clone X, like what has Clone X, kind of printed out of Clone X so far? Like the capsules have already came out, like Monolith has already came out, right? Like Azuki did beans, so they did their beans. But like I think with Moonbirds, there's just probably a lot on the pipeline. And betting on Kevin Rose, never a bad bet. So I felt really happy about this one, because this is one I just want to kind of hold. And also I sold my Moonbird at like 2x the price, so I can like justify it in my head. Even if I lose like 15K on this, I'm still up,
My issue at the moment is that the technicals aren't great on ETH, and I expect one more dump here. And we have not yet reached full capitulation. It's just the vibe that I have, primarily because what has improved, like on the macro level, that we're just like, oh yeah, this is looking great. Instead, we have
markets
Europe
are forward
with
looking.
not great, with maybe not having access to energy. Like we have or oil. We have food shortage issues. You got Sri Lanka just like imploding. Not that that's relevant to the NFT market, but it's indicative of broader global strife, I would say, that holistically there are problems that abound at the moment. And so I just don't think that a lot of these different things are going to instantly turn around. So I'm sort of waiting. I'm a little nervous about my CryptoPunk.
I mean, you could sell it right now for like a $50,000 gain, could you not?
Okay, not that big, but
30?
Yeah, probably.
And what's the time? How long has it been?
Couple
3 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
coming in on a month, close to a month, 9 more days maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
you get long-term cap gains in the NFT space if you hold it for longer than a month.
If you hold it for 4 weeks.
Hey, I've been holding it for longer than a month. I get the long-term cap gains.
I mean, the thing about the macro is that, all of this stuff is known, like we're already down bad, markets like rip before like it's forward looking.
I think we're waiting on earnings season. We're waiting to see this play out. We're waiting to see how far the Fed pushes the interest rates, which there is an unknown factor there as to how aggressive that they get. There's just variables that we don't necessarily know. There's unknowns is all I'm saying. So that's where we're at the moment. But your Moonbird does look dope, and I think like as these prices keep going down, it's not really like the worst thing to accumulate blue chips, and that's where we're seeing, unsurprisingly, the vast majority of action in this market at this point in time in recent weeks has really gone toward the blue chips and to art. And I'd say blue chips within the art side of things, those that are the most respected projects.
Like the most respected, because not even Hearst, right? Like Hearst, it's seen some appreciation, but it's not like Squiggles have basically doubled.
You keep having chop on that audio, and I don't know why that is, but yeah.
I like it. Well, speaking of the blue chips, how interesting is it?
We're almost back up to 10K. Let's go.
How interesting is it that one company controls the top 4 projects? I didn't see that coming.
Is Moonbirds not in the top 4?
Nope. In terms of volume, it's CryptoPunks at 40,000 over the last 30 days, then Bored Ape at $37,000 over the last 30 days, and Otherdeed at 22,000 and 19,000. Yeah, all ETH volume.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wowie.
They run shit, dude. They run the shit around here, man. I'm telling you, you don't want to get on their bad side. That's not good.
I mean, that's what it sounds like. They'll come after you.
They'll come after you, dude.
Yeah. So
a lot of concentration. A lot of concentration around the big daddies, which makes me think there has to be one of the things in a bear market. And Pio and I did some content coming in on a year and a half ago during an NFT bear market. And one of the things is that in bear markets, there is incredible mispricing of things,
like X copy
in that cycle. Yeah. But there's incredible mispricings of things. And we saw it last time as well, because we'd be like, why is one of these things worth like 3 of this garbage? You know, like why is one X copy worth 3 of these absolute junk NFTs that are trading right now at whatever price, right?
You throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Exactly. And so I've been trying to look at like, you know, like some like potential, you know, mispricings or like missed opportunities in the market. Like, for example, like Clone X is at 11.25, right? Like Bored Ape Kennel Dog is at 8.35. Like literally the kennel dogs in the Bored Ape ecosystem is almost as much as like a Clone X. Like, is that a mispricing? Not saying it is, right? But like, is that like
maybe implying it?
Yeah, I may be implying that there's a potential, you know, mispricing going on, which like in this flight to quality, like some things in a bear market, some things are get mispriced. Like, should a Meebit, 2 Meebits be worth like 1 Clone X? You know what I mean? Or like, should the flagship of like a literal Nike acquired company be trading at a little bit more of a relative premium to a kennel dog or a Meebit, you know?
Well, my question is, how much should a sperm NFT be worth? Because that's on the
$0.
leaderboard. That's 38 right now. And there's been, here's the crazy thing. When you look at the volume, it falls off steeply.
It's super concentrated.
Steep.
Like if you look at the 30 days, like Moonbirds doesn't even have impressive volume really. It's like, I mean, I guess it's relative. It's like 11,000 over 30 days. That's not like terrible, but when you compare it to like Bored Ape Yacht Club at 37,000 or CryptoPunks at 40,000, like, you know, that's a big drop off.
I will say for the traditional art market though, and when you look at like the Damien Hirst and stuff like that, the daily volume that exists there, which is, okay, 47 ETH, not all that much, but 47 times, you know, 1,200, 56,000 a day. I don't know what Damien Hirst in the art market does on a daily basis. Yes, he has like huge sales that occur, but I think it's interesting just to see. There's a lot of people that'll probably be like, yeah, this is something to go after. There is completely switching for a moment. Would you buy any of these other like OK Bears still at 2,300? Oh, sorry, 100 Sol. Pio's saying no.
Why would you buy? So look, the OK Bears.
I'm just thinking of like, are there alternative projects? Because a lot of the ones that we have been sucked like a magnet to are the ones that we want. So I think of Moonbirds, I think of CryptoPunks, I think of the Fidenzas, I think of all the things that we mentioned, but we all know what the blue chips are. But are there any that you could go buy today that maybe give you an insane upside on a percentage basis that we're missing out on, like an OK Bears, like one of these other projects. Like I was joking about Sperm NFT. That one's randomly on there, and you're like, where the hell is this thing coming from? You got Japanese Born Ape Society. That sounds like junk. And it's literally just copies. I mean, that's just another Bored Ape copy. That's crazy. You had Bagner. That's now down to 0.02. Remember that pump and dump? I mean, it's pretty insane, some of these. But are there any that you could buy that have long-term? I think of like even, what was the one that Micah G liked with the W? Not Wonder or what?
The Wanderer?
The Wanderers. I think of like these sorts of projects that all existed that we were looking at being like, yo, this team is huge. Heaven Computer, remember that one? I think of like...
People need to still be like, if you're investing in the startups in the NFT space, people still need to be making them. I think what you're looking for is probably more of an art thing. And
damn.
It's like, it would be like a random, it kicks, what's going on?
CloneX is actually at a 9.5 floor. So it's
not 11?
No, that's on OpenSea. There's on X2Y2. There's one for like 9.5.
There's Killa Bears. I'm looking at this thing, 3.8 thousand ETH in secondary volume. I don't like these things. I'm just pointing out that there's like, so those are new ones trying to make it. And then we have all the ones from last year that we're trying to, Animetus. Remember that one?
Well, Laguna Carta said something very good in our chat today. And she said that the market places a premium on projects that can like maintain attention. Right, because that's such a huge part of like NFTs and price appreciation is the amount of attention that you can maintain on your project. And there's very few people out there that are very good at doing it. Rest in peace, Beanie was a great one, despite his flaws or whatever. That guy was masterful at maintaining a dominant attention on a project. Like, remember Wolf Game? It seems like a lifetime ago. But in December, like Wolf Game was like the topic of discussion on Twitter for like 3 weeks or something like that. Like it was absolutely insane. Very few people are like good at that. So we have all these projects that are maybe doing interesting things, but they can't capture any attention, right?
Remember Look Labs? That was another one.
Yeah,
came out of Beanie. What happened to that?
Yeah, a complete fart in the air, but that fart was in the air for a while. I'll tell you that much. I made money.
Although that wasn't Beanie's project. He invested in it.
Yeah, he just invested in it. The
CEO was replaced and then replaced again.
Yeah, because I mean, if you think like the market has like any project with like that real big potential, like the market's getting so good at pricing it these days. I feel like, right? You know what I mean? Like the good stuff has already been priced up. I mean, there has to be some gems hidden in the market right now. For sure.
Elizabeth mentioned Azuki. We haven't discussed that for a while. 12.54 floor.
Not touching it.
Not for me.
Yeah. Too much baggage.
Isn't that insane that it still has a 12.54 floor though?
Yeah. I wonder why.
I think there's a lot of people that just really felt, I mean, it's beautiful. Like, I think it's beautiful. It's a beautiful PFP project. And I think a lot of people from very different backgrounds, like I have a lot of people that I know in like Singapore and like Southeast Asia that really fell in love with this project. You know what I mean? And they like enjoyed it immensely. Just for me, it's just like the baggage that comes along with it. I just feel like there's always going to kind of be a stain on it that maybe it's going to make the price lag below what it would otherwise be. Well, but Bert comes up with like 10 KTF again. What's 10 KTF?
10 KTF probably is the answer.
Yeah.
There we go. 10 KTF. I like that as a solution. It's
you guys want to all start buying again? Be the only ones buying? Restart this bull market?
0.55 ETH floor, baby.
Someone's discussing some commenters like, man, y'all aren't going to discuss Saudis. Like,
there's nothing.
Are
to
you
discuss.
kidding? Are you serious?
It's the biggest nothing burger in the world. I don't want to give it any airtime.
There was a subset of Arabic people who had set up a space I saw this morning where they felt some connection to this project. I don't know if it's bullshit or not, like what the situation was, but I did see that space. So like there may be a community within it. I have no idea. But a lot of these projects are absolutely ridiculous. No one's going to care about these in a period of time, and it's just a messed up thing to be. I don't know. I think it's a weird project, and it's pretty. I don't know if they think it's racist, but it feels racist.
It definitely doesn't feel not racist. I mean, come on, man.
And someone mentioned the Habibis, which still have a 0.38 ETH floor, but
that was different.
What are you doing with these things, though? Like all these things, there were so many projects that we could go through that went through serious runs. I'm gonna do an analysis on that and actually come back with some real data that we can use.
What do y'all think about the Jenkins drop that's happening right now?
I mean, I don't want to pay a massive premium on the secondary for it, but if I was on an allow list, I would definitely mint it.
Because there's more supply coming, right?
It's called Azurba, so AZURB.
It's not on secondary right now.
Okay.
You sure it's AZUR? Yeah,
yes.
Azurbala.
Not on secondary yet. And my dog's getting out of hand. I'll be right back.
Well, let's just wrap, dude.
No, it's you and me. Let's talk.
No, I think we should wrap. I have other things to go to. Like, we don't need to, this ain't dog time. Hey, let me just exit. Pio's out here tweeting while we're on the show. I want to be clear about that. I saw him take from Discord, a meme that was in Discord, posted it on Twitter, and this is the guy saying to stay focused. Can't even make it through a whole show. Hey, it's been really fun having y'all here. Remember, smash that subscribe, lick that like button.
It's Bored and Dangerous is the name.
Bored and Dangerous.
0.22 ETH floor.
Dreamer's game.
What's the mint price? What's the mint price?
Probably right around 0.2.
The mint's 0.2?
Probably.
Yeah, I think. Well, I said it was. I think they said it was a reverse.
0.1?
Yeah.
It was a Dutch auction. Shout out to Jenkins the Valet, Bored and Dangerous, Azurbala. They sponsored Friday's show. Really good peeps over there. Cool project. They got Neil Strauss, best-selling author. He rolls out of bed and sells out. Ends up on the bestsellers list. So yeah,
that was playing music from there. What? Did you hear that?
I hear it right now. It's like the monkey noises.
It's not playing for people though.
Oh right. So I'm off that page now.
It's a good track.
Thanks for watching, everybody.